I've been an accountant for 12 years. Small practice, 3 employees, office in a strip mall between a nail salon and a pizza place. I do taxes for local businesses, bookkeeping for startups, estate planning for retirees. Nothing glamorous, just numbers. Clean, honest, predictable numbers. That's what I like about accounting. Numbers don't lie. They don't have agendas. They just are. If the numbers don't add up, something's wrong. And when Brenda Zelly's numbers came across my desk, they didn't just not add up. They screamed. That's how I discovered that an Olympic champion was being systematically robbed by the man she trusted most. Have you ever had to tell someone a truth they didn't want to hear? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more stories about courage, justice, and standing up to powerful people, hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you never miss our next story. My assistant Kelly buzzed me on a Monday morning. "Brian, your 10 o'clock is here." "Who's my 10? Brenda Zelly?" I looked up from my computer. "The gymnast?" "Yeah, she needs help with her taxes." I'd heard of Brenda Zelly. Everyone had. 2-time Olympic gold medalist, face of multiple brands, the kind of athlete who transcended her sport. Why was she coming to my tiny accounting firm? I walked to the reception area. A young woman sat there, mid-20s, athletic build, hair in a ponytail, wearing sweats and sneakers, no makeup. She looked normal, not like someone worth millions. "Ms. Zelli?" She stood. "Please, call me Brenda. You're Brian?" "Yes, come on back." We walked to my office. She sat across from my desk. "So," I said, "what brings you here?" "My friend Jenna recommended you. She said you're honest, thorough, that you actually explain things instead of just telling people to sign papers." "I try." "What do you need help with?" "My taxes. I've never actually done them myself. My coach handles everything. But this year? I don't know. I just want to understand what's happening. Where my money's going. Is that weird?" "Not at all. It's smart. You should always understand your own finances." She relaxed slightly. "Rob, my coach, he says I don't need to worry about it, that he'll handle everything. But I'm 24. I've been competing since I was 6. I should probably know what's going on with my own money, right?" "Absolutely. How long has your coach been managing your finances?" "Since the beginning, since I was 8. He discovered me at a local gym, trained me, guided my career, got me sponsorships. He's been like a father to me. My real dad, he wasn't around much." "I see. And you want me to review your financial situation?" "Yes, if that's okay. I know you usually do small businesses." "I can handle it. Do you have documentation, tax returns, bank statements, investment accounts?" "I have some stuff. Rob has most of it. But I can get you what I have." "That's a start. Let's schedule a follow-up. You bring me everything you can. We'll go through it together." "Thank you. Really. Rob's going to be mad that I'm doing this. But I need to know." That sentence stuck with me. Rob's going to be mad. Why would a coach be mad that his athlete wanted to understand her own finances? Red flag number 1. Brenda returned with a box, stuffed with papers, bank statements, contracts, endorsement deals, tax returns from the past 6 years, all signed by her. Most of them she'd never actually read. Rob always said I should focus on training. That business stuff would distract me, so I just signed what he told me to sign. That's common, but not ideal. Let's go through this. I spent 3 hours sorting, organizing, creating a timeline. The numbers were strange. Her endorsement deals were public knowledge. Nike alone was $3 million a year. Visa, Kellogg's, others. Total annual income, around $15 million, but her bank accounts showed deposits significantly lower. "Brenda, your Nike contract says they pay you $3 million annually, but your bank statements show deposits of only $2.1 million from Nike. Where's the other $900,000? She blinked. "I don't know. Management fees?" Let's look at your agreement with your coach. What percentage does he take? She pulled out a contract. Standard athlete coach agreement. 15%. I read aloud. So on $15 million, he'd take $2.25 million. That's reasonable for high-level management. Okay, so that's where some money goes. Right. But Brenda, even accounting for that, the numbers don't match. Your net deposits should be around $12.75 million annually, but your statements show $8 million. She stared. Where's the other $475 million? That's what I need to figure out. I'd been digging for 2 weeks. The more I dug, the worse it got. Brenda's money was bleeding from multiple wounds. Rob wasn't taking 15%, he was taking 30%. The contract said 15%, but his invoices, buried in the paperwork, charged 30%. Brenda was paying $50,000 a month to Thornton Sports Consulting LLC. I looked up the company, registered to Robert Thornton, her coach. It was a shell company, no employees, no services rendered, just a funnel for her money into his pocket. Fake consulting fees. Rob had invested $2 million of Brenda's money in a real estate venture. The venture failed. The money was gone. Except the venture didn't exist. I couldn't find any record of it. No LLC, no property, nothing. The money had simply disappeared. Brenda's accounts were being charged for Rob's mortgage, $8,000 a month, his car payments, Tesla, $1,200 a month, his country club membership, $15,000 a year, vacations, labeled as training camps, all categorized as business expenses for tax purposes. I added it up. Over the past 6 years, Rob had stolen approximately $8.3 million from Brenda. My hands were shaking when I finished the calculation. This wasn't just bad management. This was theft. Systematic, calculated, criminal. I needed to tell her. Brenda came to my office, smiling. "Hey, Brian, how's it going?" I gestured to the chair. "Sit down. We need to talk." Her smile faded. "That sounds serious." "It is." I pulled out a folder, 3 inches thick, documentation, spreadsheets, timelines. "Brenda, I've been reviewing your finances, and I found discrepancies." "What kind of discrepancies?" "Large ones. Your coach has been taking more money than his contract specifies. He's charging you for fake consulting services. He's reporting investment losses that don't exist. And he's been paying his personal expenses from your accounts." She stared at me. "What?" "Over the past 6 years, I estimate he's taken approximately $8.3 million that wasn't authorized." "That's not—" "Rob wouldn't—" "Brenda, I have documentation. Bank statements, invoices, tax filings. The numbers don't lie. There must be a mistake. Rob has been with me since I was 8. He's like my father. He wouldn't steal from me." "I understand this is hard to hear. But look at this." I showed her the spreadsheet. "This column is what you should have earned. This column is what actually appeared in your accounts. The difference is $8.3 million. And it all traces back to transactions authorized by Rob." She was shaking her head. "No, you're wrong. You must have made a mistake. I triple-checked everything. Then the bank made mistakes, or the sponsors, or—" "Brenda!" "Rob wouldn't do this." Her voice cracked. "He gave up everything to train me. He believed in me when no one else did. He's not a thief." "I know this is painful. You don't know anything. You've been my accountant for a month. Rob's been my coach for 16 years. I trust him. Then ask him about these transactions. Show him this." I pushed the folder toward her. "If there's an innocent explanation, great. But if there's not—" "There is. There has to be." She grabbed the folder. Stood. "Thank you for your time, Mr. Stone, but I think I'll be finding a different accountant." She left. I sat there, alone in my office. I'd done my job, told her the truth, and she didn't want to hear it. Late afternoon. I was finishing up a tax return when my phone rang. Unknown number. "Brian Stone." "Mr. Stone, this is Robert Thornton. Brenda Zelly's coach. My stomach tightened. How can I help you? You can mind your own business. Excuse me? Brenda showed me your little report, your accusations. Let me be very clear. You have no idea what you're talking about. The numbers don't lie, Mr. Thornton. The numbers are fine. You're just not smart enough to understand them. I understand theft when I see it. Silence. Then his voice went cold. Mr. Stone, you're a small-time accountant with a small-time practice. Brenda is a world-class athlete with world-class representation. If you continue making these slanderous accusations, I will bury you in lawsuits. Do you understand? Are you threatening me? I'm warning you. Walk away, or you'll regret it. He hung up. I sat there, heart pounding. He'd threatened me. Which meant I was right. If the numbers were innocent, he'd have explained them. Instead, he threatened me. I picked up my phone, called Brenda, voicemail. Brenda, it's Brian Stone. Please call me back. Your coach just called. Threatened me. Which tells me I'm right. Please just look at the evidence. I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm trying to help. I hung up, wondered if she'd listen. Days later, a woman walked into my office, late 20s, athletic, confident. Mr. Stone, do you remember me? I'm Jenna Torres. I'm the friend who recommended Brenda to you. Oh, hi, Jenna. How is she? Confused, upset. Rob's been in her ear constantly, telling her you're trying to sabotage her, that you're jealous, that you made up those numbers. They're not made up. I know. I've never trusted Rob. Something about him always felt off. But Brenda's loyal, to a fault. So she's not going to believe me. Not yet, but I might have something that helps. She pulled out her phone. Brenda and I have been friends since we were 15. We competed together before her career took off. About 2 years ago, we were talking. She mentioned Rob was investing her money in real estate, some big development deal. She was excited. The deal that supposedly lost 2 million orders. Exactly, but here's the thing. She showed me a brochure for the development. I took a picture of it because it looked cool. Luxury condos, beachfront. She showed me the photo. I recognized the name. Thornton Luxury Properties. Right. Rob's company, except here's what I found. She pulled up a website on her phone. I searched for this development. It exists. It was built. It's fully sold. Very successful. So the investment didn't fail? No. It made money, a lot of money. But Brenda was told it failed, that her $2 million was lost. When it actually went into Rob's pocket. Exactly. I leaned back. Jenna, this is evidence of fraud. We need to show Brenda. She won't listen to me either. She thinks I'm jealous of Rob's influence over her. We need something undeniable. Like what? Like more proof, more examples, a pattern she can't ignore. I'll keep digging. And I'll keep trying to get through to her. I hired a forensic accountant, someone with experience in fraud cases. His name was Mark Fox, retired FBI financial crimes investigator. Now consults privately. I showed him everything. He spent 3 days going through Brenda's records. When he finished, he looked grim. This is worse than you thought. How? The $8.3 million you found? That's just what's easily traceable. There are layers here. Shell companies. Offshore accounts referenced in footnotes. If I had to guess, the real number is closer to $12 million. $12 million. At least. And it's been going on for years, since she was probably 16, 17, right when the big endorsement money started. How is he getting away with this? She trusts him. She doesn't question anything. And he's smart. He buries things in legitimate expenses, makes it look like bad investments instead of theft. If you weren't looking closely, you'd miss it. Duh, I need to show her this. She won't want to believe it. People never do. Especially when it's someone they love. I have to try. Jenna called me. Brian, I have something. Can you meet me? We met at a coffee shop. She looked excited, nervous. What is it? I was going through old videos, from competitions, social media posts, whatever. And I found this. She pulled up a video on her phone. It was from 3 years ago. Brenda at a press conference after winning Olympic gold. A reporter asked, "Brenda, what are you going to do with your prize money and endorsements?" Brenda laughed. "Honestly, I have no idea. Rob handles all that. I just focus on training. He makes sure I'm taken care of." Rob was standing behind her, smiling, proud. Jenna paused the video. "Look at his face." I looked. Rob's smile didn't reach his eyes. He looked calculating. "Now watch this." She showed me another video, same event, different angle. Backstage, Rob on his phone. Audio was faint, but I could hear, "Just signed another deal. She has no idea how much. I'll move it through the usual channels." Jenna stopped the video. "The usual channels? He's been doing this for years, systematically. Can I have copies of these? Already sent to your email." I was leaving my office around 7 p.m., parking lot mostly empty. A car pulled up, black SUV, tinted windows. 2 men got out, big, intimidating. "Brian Stone? Who's asking?" "We have a message from Mr. Thornton." "Drop this. Stop harassing his client, or there will be consequences." "Are you threatening me?" "We're delivering a message." "Tell Mr. Thornton I'm not intimidated." One of them stepped closer. "You should be. I'm an accountant. I follow numbers. And the numbers say your boss is a thief. Last warning." They got back in the SUV. Drove away. I stood there, shaking, not from fear, from anger. Rob was escalating, which meant he was desperate, which meant I was close. Brenda finally called. "Brian, can we meet?" "Of course. When?" "Now? I'm outside your office." I looked out the window. She was sitting in her car, alone. "Come in." She walked in, looked exhausted, eyes red. "I've been thinking about what you said, about the numbers, and I tried to ask Rob about some things. The consulting fees, the real estate investment." "What did he say?" "He got angry. Really angry. Said I was questioning his loyalty. That after everything he's done for me, I don't trust him. He made me feel terrible." "That's manipulation, Brenda." "I know. I think I've always known. But I didn't want to see it." She sat down. "Show me everything." I did. Spent 2 hours walking her through every transaction, every discrepancy, every theft. She cried, quietly, wiping tears with the back of her hand. 16 years, she whispered. "He's been stealing from me for 16 years. I'm sorry. I trusted him, I loved him. He was like my father." "I know. What do I do?" "We go to the police. We file a civil suit. We get your money back." "He'll destroy me. He knows everything about my career, my sponsors, my reputation." "He's already destroying you, financially, emotionally. This ends now." She looked at me. "Will you help me? I don't know how to do this." "Yes, absolutely. Thank you for not giving up, even when I didn't want to hear it. That's my job. Numbers don't lie, and neither should the people who interpret them." Brenda decided to confront Rob, directly, with me there as witness. We met at his office, upscale building, fancy furniture, all paid for with Brenda's money. Rob looked surprised to see me. "What's he doing here?" "He's my accountant," Brenda said, voice steady, "and I have questions." "Brenda, we've been through this." "Where's my money, Rob?" "Excuse me?" "The $8.3 million, actually more like $12 million, that you've stolen from me over the past years." "Where is it?" His face went hard. "I don't know what lies he's been telling you." "The numbers tell the story," I said. "Inflated management fees, fake consulting companies, fraudulent investment losses, personal expenses charged to her accounts. I have documentation of everything." "You're talking about things you don't understand." "I understand theft. Get out of my office." "Not until you answer the question," Brenda said. "Where's my money?" "I invested it. I managed your career. Do you know how many hours I've put into making you a star? You didn't make me anything. I worked, I trained, I competed, you took credit and money. After everything I've done, you stole from me. If you thought your compensation wasn't enough, you should have talked to me. We would raise your percentage. I would agree to anything you asked me, but instead, you got it behind my back." Her voice broke. "I trusted you. I loved you. And you stole from me." Rob's expression shifted, from anger to something colder. "You'll never prove it." "I already have," I said. "Bank statements, tax records, shell company registrations, video evidence of you admitting to moving money through usual channels. We have everything." "If you go to the police, I'll destroy you," Rob said to Brenda. "I know things, sponsors I can call, stories I can tell. Your career will be over." "My career is my career," Brenda said. "Not yours, and I'd rather lose everything than let you keep stealing." She turned to leave. I followed. Rob called after us. "You'll regret this." Brenda didn't look back. We filed a police report, fraud, embezzlement, theft. We filed a civil lawsuit, seeking return of stolen funds plus damages. Brenda's agent, Lisa, helped her release a statement to the media. "I recently discovered that my longtime coach, Robert Thornton, has been stealing from me for years. With the help of my accountant, Brian Stone, I've uncovered evidence of systematic financial abuse. I'm pursuing criminal and civil action. I'm speaking out because I know I'm not the only athlete this has happened to. We need to protect young athletes from exploitation." The story exploded. News outlets picked it up immediately. Olympic champion robbed by trusted coach. Other athletes started coming forward. "He managed my finances too. I always wondered where the money went." The FBI opened an investigation. Rob's lawyer released a statement denying everything. But the evidence was overwhelming. 2 months later, Rob was arrested, charged with multiple counts of fraud, embezzlement, and money laundering. Bail set at $2 million. He couldn't make it. He sat in jail awaiting trial. Brenda watched the news coverage in my office. "I still can't believe this is happening. Justice is happening. It's heartbreaking to see him in jail, to know what he did, but I keep thinking, what if you hadn't noticed? What if I'd never asked questions?" "But you did. That took courage." "I almost didn't. I almost fired you and pretended everything was fine." "But you didn't. You chose truth over comfort. That's harder than any gymnastics routine." She smiled. Small, sad. "Thank you, Brian. Really, you saved me." "I just read the numbers. You saved yourself by listening." Rob's lawyer reached out. "My client would like to settle, avoid trial." We met. Rob looked different, smaller, defeated. His lawyer presented an offer. "Mr. Thornton will return $7 million. In exchange, Ms. Zelli drops the criminal charges." $7 million? I said. "He stole 12, and we're not dropping criminal charges. The state is prosecuting. That's not ours to drop. He doesn't have 12 million liquid. 7 is what's accessible." I looked at Brenda. She nodded. "Fine. 7 million returned. But he pleads guilty to the criminal charges. Accepts responsibility publicly." Rob's lawyer hesitated, whispered with Rob. Finally, agreed. Days later, Rob stood in court, entered a guilty plea. Judge asked, "Mr. Thornton, do you understand you're pleading guilty to defrauding Ms. Zelli of millions of dollars?" "Yes, Your Honor." "Do you have anything to say?" Rob looked at Brenda. "I'm sorry. I know that's not enough. I took advantage of your trust. I told myself I deserved the money, that I'd made you who you are. But that was a lie. You made yourself. I'm sorry." Brenda said nothing, just stared at him. Sentencing. 6 years in federal prison. Restitution of $7 million. Permanent ban from managing athletes. He was taken away in handcuffs. Brenda exhaled. It's over. It's over. Jenna embraced her, both crying. A week later, Brenda called me. Brian, can we meet? We met at her house. Nice place, but not ostentatious. She'd always been surprisingly down to earth. I wanted to talk to you about something. You've been helping me recover the money, organizing my finances, making sure everything's accounted for. That's my job. I want to hire you, full-time, as my CFO, Chief Financial Officer. I need someone I trust managing my money. You stood up to threats. You fought for me when I didn't even believe you. You're exactly who I need. What about my firm? Keep it, run both, or hire someone to manage it. I'll pay you enough that money won't be an issue. I thought about it. What's the salary? $250,000 a year, plus bonuses. I nearly choked. That was 5 times what I made now. That's generous. You saved me $7 million. You're worth it. Okay, yes, I'll do it. She smiled. Good, because I have another project. I want to start a foundation. Financial literacy for young athletes, teaching them to understand contracts, protect themselves, make sure what happened to me doesn't happen to them. That's a great idea. I want you to run it. With me. We'll call it, I don't know, something about protection, empowerment. The Zelli Foundation for Athlete Financial Protection? Perfect. You're already earning your salary. 1 year later, the foundation was thriving. We'd educated over 500 young athletes, provided free financial reviews, connected them with trusted accountants and lawyers. I'd hired 2 more accountants for my firm, expanded. We now specialized in athlete financial management. My reputation had grown. The accountant who took down Robert Thornton. I didn't love the attention, but I loved the work. One afternoon, a young gymnast came to my office, 16 years old, nervous. Mr. Stone, my coach wants to manage my endorsement money, but my mom said I should talk to you first. Smart mom. Let's talk about what to look for, what questions to ask, how to protect yourself. We spent an hour going through basics. She left with resources, knowledge, power. That's what I did now. Gave athletes power over their own financial futures. Some years have passed. I still run Stone and Associates Accounting. But now we have 12 employees, 2 offices. We're considered specialists in sports financial management. I'm the CFO of Brenda Zelly's business empire. Brenda had retired from competition, focused on coaching and advocacy. All her money is accounted for, invested wisely, protected. She'll never be vulnerable again. She'll never need someone else with the courage to say she's being robbed. Why? Have you ever discovered something wrong and had to decide whether to speak up? Which moment hit you hardest? When Brian discovered the theft, when Brenda initially refused to believe him, when Rob was arrested, or when Brenda started the foundation? Share your thoughts, your experiences with speaking truth to power, in the comments below. If this story about courage, financial justice, and protecting the vulnerable moved you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more stories about standing up to powerful people, exposing fraud, and refusing to stay silent when something's wrong. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss our next story. Thanks for watching, and we see you in the next one.